The Bilston Drone Guide.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, as promised, there'll be no drone footage on this video because I've been asked by a couple of people to do a short video on what equipment I use in the making of each of my YouTube videos. Firstly, the obvious thing to look at is the drone I use. I got a DJI Mini 4 Pro, which really is the bee's knees. I started off learning to fly when I was using the drone in the first instance, using a DJI Mini 2. But once I got used to it, I decided to splash out and buy the Mini 4 Pro. It's packed with all kinds of features like obstacle avoidance, active track where it'll automatically follow you if you're walking along, return to home, which brings the drone back to exactly the same spot it took off from, either automatically or even if the battery's low, there's a manual option to return it. Add to this that it records in true 4K. The camera quality is stunning. Considering it only weighs 249 grams, it's an awesome little drone. 249 grams is quite an important figure because if it's less than 250 grams, there's no limitations on how close you can fly it to buildings and people. You have to register with the Civil Aviation Authority and display the operator ID on the drone there. Now, everyone who owns a drone should give it a name. I know guys who have called theirs David, or another one calls his nosy Nick, and all sorts, but mine is called Captain Bird's Eye because we get a bird's eye view. So that's the drone. Next, the camera I use for ground shots and the intro videos like this. I just use my mobile phone, but the front and back cameras both record in 4K. Lots of mobiles, only the back camera is 4K, but using the one that I do, and the drone also filming in 4K, you get a nice seamless video in extremely high quality. In conjunction with the camera, I also use a gimbal. Now I've got a love-hate relationship with gimbals. They can be working perfectly okay, then all of a sudden they'll take on a mind of their own and do exactly what they please. But all in all, it's a good addition to have, as you can flip it from the front camera to the back camera at the press of a button. It'll follow you and frame your face perfectly. I've got a couple of microphone options I use. The best mics I use are the Ulanzi AM18. There's 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. It's a bit fiddly to set up, but the results are always good time after time. Although I only ever use them a few feet away from the receiver, they do have a range of over 100 meters and the reception is always spot on. I've also got some very cheap lav mics, which are really easy to set up. Just plug the receiver into the USB port on your phone, turn the mic on, and away you go. Although the quality isn't quite as good, if you're in a hurry, they're always good to have in your kit. They've both got foam removable pop filters and dead cats to reduce the wind noise. And so on to the most important thing in the making of my videos, the editing software. It's something that most people wouldn't even think about, but it really is the second most important thing next to the drone. For every hour you spend flying your drone, you'll spend 3 or 4 hours editing the end results. I use a program called CapCut, which is mind-blowingly good. When you open it up the first time, it looks really complicated. But like a lot of things, if you take the trouble to try and learn how to use it properly, the results are excellent. There's loads of tutorials on YouTube to assist you in using it. The different effects and transitions you can achieve from one clip to another are really good, and the possibilities really are endless. It does scrolling text, clears up any bad audio. The list just goes on and on and on. I've got to say that I never imagined how much I would enjoy editing the videos. It really is good fun. Added to all of this, I've got a couple of lights. Here's one, a tripod, various cables and bits and pieces to make up what's needed. Well, I hope that gives you a better idea of what's needed to get the videos completed, and I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting and informative. So till next time, this is the Bilston drone guy and Captain Birdseye saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
Watch it flying by interesting places and popular spaces. Watch it on YouTube, we cover all bases. It's the Bilston drone guy. Drone guy, soaring up in the sky, watch it flying by interesting places and popular spaces. Watch it on YouTube, we cover all bases. It's the Bilston drone guy.